Florida. Good morning, Senator. How are you?
Good morning. Well, that was fun last night.
Oh, it was. Didn't you think that Mike Pence had a good night?
I think Mike did a great night. Had a great night. But I think what the three things that are telling: number one, Harris and Biden will not tell us if they're going to pack the court, which means they're going to pack the court.
Sure.
I mean, there's no question. They're going to do everything they can. I mean, they just want power. Number two is they're going to kill this economy. I mean, they've lied about this fracking. They're all into getting rid of fossil fuels, which means they're going to kill all the jobs. And number three, we're going to go back to appeasing China again. I mean, look, Biden's son made all this money off of China, so they're going to go back to appeasing China again. So, I mean, if that's what you want, if you want them to pack the Supreme Court with liberals, if you want to get rid of fossil fuels, if you want to appease China, then you ought to vote for Joe Biden, because that's exactly what you're going to get.
Now, Senator, I want to ask you a Florida-specific question. You have been the governor there for 8 years. Your successor, Ron DeSantis, is, in my view, doing a fine job as governor during this virus pandemic. However, he was asked by talk shows this week, what about the Dolphins? He said they can go to full capacity if they want. The Dolphins have decided to stick to 15,300 fans, like the Browns are limited by the governor of Ohio to 12,000. What do you make of Governor DeSantis saying to every stadium, you can go to capacity right now?
I think every business has got to figure out how it keeps its customers safe. I think what government ought to be doing is give people the opportunity to make good decisions, put out as much information as possible, talk about the importance of masks, the importance of social distancing, and then expect every business to keep people safe. And then if somebody's not, if there's local transmission, tell us. I mean, tell us what's going on, and we'll make informed decisions. When I had hurricanes as governor, I didn't say you've got to get out of your house. I said, here's what's going to happen. You're going to get 9 foot of storm surge. You're going to die. Just be direct with people, and they'll go make good decisions.
Well, in terms of the Dolphins, this is where a governor can make a choice that half of the people could benefit and half could lose. What Governor DeWine has basically said is there 60,000 Browns fans can't go, but 12,000 can. And so the 12,000 go and they're spread apart. But if 65,000 people go, I'm not sure anybody thinks that's safe. Do you think Governor DeSantis is right?
It's just like airlines. I mean, they got to figure out how to do everything they can to make us feel safe so we'll start flying again. Don't fill the middle of the sea. Test us before we get on. Mandate masks, stuff like that. So I think every business has got to figure out how do you figure out how to make people comfortable. So the Dolphins, I figure out, okay, so what's the number that's going to make people feel safe?
So you are comfortable with the guidance Governor DeSantis said, which is up to you, Dolphins?
Well, I'm comfortable with it. Well, I think every business ought to be figuring this out. I think government ought to start telling us what to do and give us the ability to make good decisions, and we will.
Now, last night, the best moments for Kamala Harris, what I called her scoring drive on the first exchange, 90 yards down the field, was on the virus, slamming Trump Pence on the virus. What did you make of that exchange? How should the president handle what will happen again? He will be blamed for the deaths of 210,000 or maybe 230,000 by the time the virtual debate, it was announced this morning, will occur next week.
Well, first of all, I think he ought to be honest and say, you know what? This was historic. We'd never had this before. This is what I feel like we did right. This is what I feel like we could have done better. This is what we're doing right now. Be honest with the American people. No one expects somebody to be perfect. In a crisis, you say, look, you should judge me after the fact and how we did. But this is what I'm doing right now, and my heart goes out to the 200,000+ people that have lost their loved ones. And I'm glad it's not more, but every life is important. It breaks my heart that anybody died of this. We're going to bust our butt to get this testing up even more. We're going to work hard to make sure we have a vaccine, and we're going to tell you all the facts about the vaccine so you as an individual can make the decision how effective it is, if there's any side effects to it, all these things. So, but be honest with people. This is what we did right. This is what we could have done better.
Now, I want to bring up the two key points last night. The vice president crushed the Charlottesville slander, and he crushed the military or losers slander. Cut number 14 as to the latter, please. Cut number 14.
She has
15 seconds because
I got to have more
to
than
keep,
that. Look,
well, I'm sorry, Vice President, but you've had more time than she's had so far.
Slanders against President Donald Trump regarding men and women of our armed forces are absurd.
I'm sorry, Vice
My
President
son is
Pence.
a captain in the United
Yes.
States Marine Corps. My son-in-law is deployed in the United States Navy. I can assure all of you, with sons and daughters serving in our military, President Donald Trump not only respects but reveres all of those who serve in our armed forces, and any suggestion otherwise is ridiculous.
What did you make of that, Senator Scott?
Well, I think it's ridiculous the media has tried to portray Donald Trump as not caring about the military when we watch Barack Obama with Joe Biden cut the military. Didn't hit. I mean, it was clear that Biden and Obama were not focused on making sure we had a lethal military and our military men and women had all the equipment they needed. So and look at what we've done since Donald Trump's got in office. Record funding for our military. It's night and day. But the media wants to act like the president doesn't care. He cares way more than Biden and Obama did.
All right, now let me talk to you about the hearings coming up this week. I know you're not on judiciary, but you do participate in the GOP caucus calls. In your opinion, Senator Scott, will there be a vote on Amy Coney Barrett before the election?
Yes, there will be. I mean, Lindsey Graham, as chairman of the judiciary, is committed to make sure she has a full hearing. It's going to happen. We've been doing, by the way, virtual hearings. And if you go in person, you're social distance. So it's very, very safe. So he's going to hold the hearing. She will come out of the judiciary. We'll vote on it the last week of October. This lady, I mean, think about it. She's already gone through this process before. Right? She's got 7 kids, 2 adopted from Haiti, successful law professor, successful judge, successful marriage. Right? She understands there's 3 branches of government. What can you attack her on? The Democrats are attacking her on a religion. How ridiculous that they want to say you can't have religion or faith to be a judge. I hope to God everybody has religion and faith.
I want to slow down and make sure voters hear you. There will be a vote in the last week of October on the floor of the Senate to confirm Senator Barrett or not, correct? You don't know how the vote will. She will be confirmed.
I don't think there's any question. This lady, even the Democrats acknowledge this. Amy Coney Barrett is clearly qualified to be a Supreme Court justice.
But what I'm coming back to is the rules of the Senate are, at best, obscure, and Mitch McConnell is a master of the Senate. And I wrote a Washington Post column saying, we will get a vote. You are sure?
It's going to get confirmed.
There's no way they can delay it.
A lot of Democrats don't vote for.
Okay, just so you're absolutely positive, you're sure there will be a vote.
I'm sure there will be a vote.
All right, now let me talk to you about the fracking issue, because it was a point of contention last night. I'm quite concerned that Pennsylvania didn't hear the truth. I believe Joe Biden and Kamala Harris will stop fracking in Pennsylvania. What did you hear, Senator Scott?
Absolutely, they're going to stop fracking. Now they figured out that it's not good politics, so they've clearly changed their position. So it's part of the Trump team. They're going to have to make sure that gets out. I mean, if you're running a race, it is your job. I mean, you'd love to have the media do it for you, but the truth is, it's your job. You've got to get that story out. You've got to raise your dollars. You've got to run the ads. You've got to talk about the issues that are important to people in each state to get the votes.
Now, I want to talk about Lindsey Graham, a favorite of this show and a friend of mine. I can't believe he's in trouble, but the Democrats are trying to make us believe that. Do you think Lindsey Graham is in trouble? I think he's one of the most effective, powerful, and funniest senator in the United States Senate.
Yeah, I talked to Lindsey on Sunday, and he's working his tail off. I mean, look, if you're running a race, you're always worried. So what I tell everybody is Lindsey's a great senator. He does a great job as the chair of the judiciary. He needs to get reelected. I tell everybody you ought to get involved in this race and help him any way you can. But we got to fight for every one of these races. I hope we keep a Republican Senate. I'm working hard to make sure that happens. If we have a Joe Biden president and a Democrat Senate and Democrat House, all the radical leftist stuff is going to happen. Packing the Supreme Court, the Green New Deal. We're going to get rid of. The Democrats will get rid of private health care insurance. I mean, it will completely change. They'll go back into the Iran deal, which it hurts Israel. They will go back and appease the Castro regime in Cuba. They will do nothing to get rid of Maduro in Venezuela. That's where the Democrats are. It's a socialist party now.
And so, America, vote down the Republican ticket. Thank you, Senator.